I wanted to talk today about why some people choose to walk away from family, friends, their job, possibly education, anything in life that's really not serving their good so that they can have peace above all else. So, the reason for this video is I am one of those people, and understand that at times spirit will actually remove you from a place so that it will set you on your highest timeline. And when I say timeline, for those that are not familiar, it is the space in between, because there really is no time when we talk about spirituality, but it's a space where your soul is conducive to that energy to do the work that it was called to do. So if you're one of those people that chose to walk away, I want to give you a big hug, because it takes a lot of courage to leave a world behind where at some point you were either asking permission to do something that required a validation from others to get it done. And what I would like to say is that you do not have to do that. You don't have to ask for permission from anybody. You don't need validation to be who you are, because you were designed perfect the moment that you entered your mother's womb. You came here on a soul mission, and your mission is only something that was specifically designed for you. We are all individually different. We are all meant to do something that helps sustain the collective as a whole, meaning all of humanity, all of the beings on the planet. That would be, all of our elementals, our animals, the water source that we have, everything. We are all connected. So, getting back to what I was saying about, if you're one of those people, I honor you, because that is a really tough, courageous move. It will put you in a shadow period like no other, where you thought you were going through shadow period while you were chasing validation and chasing ego, or chasing permission from others. You're no longer in that space. Oh, now you're waking up going, what's next, universe? What's next? What's next for me, spirit? Well, what's next now is that the gifts that you were born with, the ones that you came to this planet with, and we all have them, whether it's you're a mathematician, a scientist, um, a healer, a doctor, a nurse, or a practitioner, whatever gift that you have, it could be just kindness. You could come with compassion. I mean, these gifts that you came to this planet with are now about to be exposed, are now about to be used in a way like never before. Because for the first time, you are able to be free to do what it was that you came here to do. And people will say, well, does it always have to come with a cost? Do you have to walk away from everything and everyone? Well, if that's what it takes for your inner peace, and if that's what it took for this lesson, then yes. Can you do so without guilt? Can you do so with just sending love and light and forgiveness to those that are not physically on that same timeline, respecting their journey? That's the other thing I'm learning. We have to respect everyone's journey. Nobody is going to be on the exact same timeline as you. Now, you'll have friends, and you'll have people in your spiritual group or your social group that will resonate. They're kind of like you, they're into spirituality, and they're into healing, or you're a mathematician, and they're teaching classes at the college just like you. But they are all so individually different. And they are actually having their own journey. So they might turn around and do something that surprises you, and you'll be like, oh, well, I thought they were in my circle. That's okay. That's okay. And I think that when we learn that gift of, I don't want to say gift, when we learn the art of surrender, I surrender to the fact that all and everything has its purpose, and it is living at a certain place, time, and space for a reason. And just respect it and say, okay, that's who they are. That, and let it go. So, maybe I shouldn't have said at the beginning of this, if you walked away, maybe it's more of a letting go. Like, you got to let go of all of the trouble and anything that was holding you back, and let go of the ideas that have been preconditioned as you were a child into your adulthood of how and what the world is supposed to be or look like. Now, I talk about courage because, if you walked away to be on your highest timeline, I can guarantee it wasn't easy. And the uneasiness is what we need to lean into. Listen to my voice, because that's my throat chakra going, okay, yes, that's what I had to do. You had to lean into the uneasy feeling of it being different than the societal norm. And once we accept that it's different, once we lean into it, that's where spirit unfolds every layer of your true self, from soul seat to the crown, to your connection with God, to the universe, however you see the Almighty that made you, that brought you here, you as a whole. Remember, we're all connected. That's where it all begins to change. It takes courage to face things that you're not used to, I don't want to say seeing, but the courage to live differently than you once did. Courage to change every aspect of your surroundings, possibly, or even parts of yourself, the way you thought, the way you talked, the way you chose to do business, your friend circle. It does take a lot of courage to do those things. And I commend you if you're one of those people that are on the same journey right now. I think acceptance too, not just accepting others, but accepting yourself, loving yourself, and leaning into yourself at the same time. There's so much integrative work that is being done when you do that. And when I say integrated, that's because you're going inward. You are actually shifting, changing, unfolding. And wow. Doesn't mean that we won't have struggles as we reach the timeline that we are meant to be on, because every timeline is going to have a challenge. But those challenges actually start to become, less stressful, not as despairing to the soul, because you're right where you need to be. It's when we're doing something that we're not meant to do is where all the despair comes in. We're trying so hard. The stress is overwhelming. Got bills to pay. I got this to do. I got to eat. I got to go to school. I got to take care of the family, the house, or whatever it is, wherever your focus is at that time. If you're feeling that stress, that's not where you're meant to be. And people say, well, stress comes with life. Does it have to? I don't think so. I think that you can choose to have inner peace. And if the choosing comes from walking away, well, then that's what has to be done. What are you willing to let go of? What are you willing to, live without. I listened to stories for many years of people that relocated to other countries and things, and they had like $20 in their pocket or a suitcase. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. How'd they get around? Where'd they sleep? What'd they do? But when I did it, when I walked away with a small suitcase in my car because I was planning actually that day to spend the weekend with my kid. And I had a few dollars on me. But do you know that I have not went without nothing? Yes, that's an airplane going by because I'm outside in the grass. But yeah, I went without nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was like I was supported the entire way. Was it difficult? Absolutely. But in that difficulty, I didn't lose hope. And I think that was the biggest thing is don't lose hope while you're in transition. So the reason why I put this out there is because I know there's a lot of people that are spiritually ascending at this time. I come from a timeline. My background is I woke up as a first waver, they call it, those from, the late 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And when I woke up and I spoke about things like timeline or energy, intuition, people would look at me like I was crazy. It wasn't normal. Man, I talked about opening up a yoga studio in the early 90s and people were like, that's never gonna work. Yeah, now look at it. So this message today I was putting out there because I know that collectively, especially the younger ones, because I'm quite older, they're waking up. They're waking up super fast. And the anxiety and the stress of saying, well, how does this work? What do I do next? Well, we have to teach. We have to teach the younger ones too how to breathe, how to surrender, how to lean in, what integration is. There's so much. And if you're called to put this work out there, I'm going to tell you, please do it. However Spirit calls you to do it. Just do your work. And years ago, I used to tell my clients, did you do your work? They'd come back and see me 2 weeks later and they'll be like, no, I got busy. Well, if you want that inner peace, if you want to transition, if you want to grow out of the space that you walked away from, then you need to do the work. So this is my channel, and I'm going to go ahead and post a little message every day. And if you choose to listen to it and you like it, fantastic. If you want to share it with someone, share it. It might not always make sense because I speak the way Spirit gives it to me. So I'm putting it out there to the masses the way God gave it. If you enjoy these, you can also comment and say thank you or whatever. I don't care. But, it's part of doing the work, And I look forward to hearing from each of you how you choose to do the work. Listen to that. See those sirens? Those sirens are going off for a reason. I always believe that when you're giving a message and the sirens are going off and the airplanes are going by, it's a reminder to say, hey, pay attention. We are in a crucial time right now. Our planet is shifting faster than some of us are ascending. But if you're an ascendant, get out there and do your work. Okay? If you don't, that's okay, because that's your timeline. But it's also my job to get up here and say, hey, enough fuckery, enough playing around. It's time to get out and do our work. And I think that's about it. I'm going to call it a day for today and post this, and I will probably post a message every couple of days as long as I keep channeling it. All right. You have a wonderful day.